Hello, Johnny. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Hi. Nice to see you. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm really good. Really good. Thank you for asking. And how was your day so far? Can you please tell me what did you do today?
Today I today I stayed at home.
And what did you do at your home?
I ate some chilies.
What did you eat? Some?
Yes, some chilies.
Oh, and do you like it?
Yes, I like.
And why? Can you please tell me why?
I think it is uh, very sweet.
Very nice. And how often do you like to eat chilies?
I like to eat uh, once for 2 days. 2 days I will eat one time.
Okay, very nice. And what other food do you like to eat? Well,
I I like to eat some chocolates.
chocolate. Okay, and why?
I think chocolates are yum sweet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, chocolate is really yummy and sweet. Okay, very nice. Now let's see. And what do you think? I want to ask you. What do you think about food that you don't like to eat? What food you don't like to eat? What food you don't like to eat? Hello, Johnny. Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. Okay. So what food you don't like to eat?
I don't like to eat. I don't like to eat uh, some salty food because it is the if it's so salty it will not be delicious.
It will not be delicious. Okay. Now we will start. We will start. We have here a really nice and interesting lesson about places that someone wants to visit in the future. What places would you like to visit? What are some places that you would like to go? Where would you like to go?
I would like to go hiking.
And why hiking?
I think the mountain air is very fresh and hiking makes me stronger.
Okay. And how about other countries? What other countries are really interesting for you? Okay, to visit if you want to visit.
I think that every country is interesting.
And which country is interesting for you to visit about?
I would like to go to Hawaii to go to the beach.
And why? Why there? Why to Hawaii?
I would like to go to the beach
Because
because the beach is very beautiful and I can swim.
you can swim at the beach. Very nice. Okay, so we will start. We have here a one interesting place, the Taj Mahal. Okay, now, sweetie, can you please read this part? This text, this part of the text, only from here to here.
Russia's Mahal is one of the most famous buildings in the world. This amazing building is located in Agra in northern India. It's made of white marble, a type of rock that people often use to make important buildings and sculptures. Taj Mahal means crown of palaces, which gives you an idea just how beautiful it is. It took 22 years to build, and believe it or not, many 20,000 people worked on constructing this palace. The story of Taj Mahal. Why is the Taj Mahal so famous? Well, it's famous partly because of the story behind it. From
20.
1628 to
Mm-hmm.
1688, a man named Shah Jahan was the emperor of ruler of the Mughal Empire. That's the country we now call India.
Mm-hmm.
Shah Jahan married a beautiful woman. He called her Mumtaz Mahal. For, unfortunately, Mumtaz died in 1631, and Shah Jahan was heartbroken. He was so sad that he decided to build a beautiful building in honor of his beautiful wife. He wanted to build an aesthetically beautiful structure to remember her by. He
Mm-hmm.
constructed them on the Taj Mahal began in 1632. And although the building is now almost 400 years old, you can still see it and visit it today. People call it one of the seven wonders of the modern world.
Mm-hmm. Seven, seven. Okay. So, what do you think about these wonders? Okay. What is your opinion? Okay. What other buildings are famous in your country? Okay. So we have here some other buildings that can be really famous in your country. What other buildings are famous in your country?
I think Landmark 81 is famous because it has 81, 81 floors.
Okay. And in your city, okay. So, what is something that is famous in your city that I can visit if I want to come to your city?
I think the lake is famous because it reflects all of the city.
Okay. And what do you think about some other places? Okay, so what other places are famous, okay, in your city? If people want to go, what other places are very, very, very famous in your city?
I think that uh, my city has some yummy food that can be famous.
Okay. What type of the yummy food do you usually like to eat?
I like to eat some pizza because pizza is very delicious.
Okay, so this is something that can be really delicious. And how often do you like to eat pizza?
I like to eat once a month.
Okay, once a month. Okay, now can you write me five sentences about famous places in Vietnam that tourists can visit if someone wants to come to Vietnam? So can you write five sentences about some famous places that people can see in Vietnam? Okay.
Okay, Richard. I'm done.
Okay, can you please read?
Banana Hill is one of the most famous hills in Vietnam. It's built by some world for going vacation. It's more higher than 1,400 meters. We can go from the ground to the top of the hill by cable car. Going on that cable car can be scary, but it is very beautiful, cool and comfortable. The mountain is in Vietnam, but the buildings are like in France. The towers are very colorful and most of the services is like Europe. We need 5 hours to go on Banana Hill since it is too big.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. Now let's see. Okay, so we will continue. Okay, now let's take a look from here. Okay, and we will continue. The design. Okay, can
The
you please?
design of the Taj Mahal. Another reason the Taj Mahal is famous that is it's almost completely symmetrical. The Taj Mahal was designed according to two main principles. The first of these was symmetry. When you look at the Taj
Mm-hmm.
Mahal, you see that the building is symmetrical. First, there you can see that it's extremely it stands behind the building itself. In front of the palace, there's a long pool of water. In the water, you can see a perfect reflection of the building. This is called reflection, or mirror symmetry. There's also a reflection symmetry in on the decoration of the walls and floors of the building. Look
Mm-hmm.
at
Okay,
this.
so okay, Johnny, what is interesting in this text that you read about? What part is interesting for you? Which part here is really interesting for you that you read about?
I think that the pool of water can be interesting because if it's long and we can practice swimming in the pool.
Mm-hmm. You can practice swimming in the pool. Okay, and what would you like to? Would you like to go to see the Taj Mahal? If you have a chance or opportunity, would you like to go to see the Taj Mahal?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and why? Why would?
I think the Taj Mahal is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what other places are really beautiful for you to see it? If you want to see it, what other places are really beautiful to see it?
I think that all of the big houses are interesting.
Mhm. Okay, what would you like to change in your house if you have a chance to an opportunity, if you have a lot of money? So, what would you like to change in your house?
I like to have a big pool.
Hmm. Big pool. Why big pool?
I would like to swim.
So you would like to swim in the swimming pool. You would like to swim. Very nice. Okay, and can you please describe your house? Which room in your house is your favorite? Okay, so we have here some okay some places okay in your house. Can you please tell me which one is your favorite? What is something that you like to see in your house?
Okay, this is
What would you like to see? What is interesting to? Which room is really interesting in your house? Johnny, do you understand what I asked you?
uh, I
Which room in your house is very interesting? Okay, so do you have how many rooms do you have in your house?
let's say
Hmm?
there are 6 rooms, but I like the corridor best.
And why? Why corridor?
Yes, the corridor has a swing.
Okay, and what do you like to do, for example, in corridor?
I can swing on the corridor.
Swing.
Yes, there's a swing.
Hmm. Okay. And how about living rooms? How about bathrooms? Bathrooms. So, what do you like to do in these rooms?
I like to sleep in the bedroom.
Hmm. Okay. And which room is not your favorite in your home? Which room you don't like it? Well,
I I like all of the rooms.
you like all of the rooms. Okay. Now let's see. And what do you think? What do you think about rooms, for example? Okay, that people like to see. Okay, in your uh, okay. What do you think about rooms that, for example, you would like to change in your home? What are some rooms that you would like to change it? Would you like to change something in your rooms?
No, I don't.
Why? Ah, it's
I
easy.
think that it's perfect now.
Perfect. Okay, how perfect can be? How?
Because it's very comfortable.
Okay, so this is something that can be really comfortable. Okay, and how often do you usually like to play in this type of the rooms? So how often do you like to how much time do you like to spend in these rooms? Do you like to spend every day? So how often do you like to spend time in this type of the rooms?
I would like to spend 1 hour for doing exercise.
Doing the exercise. And what type of
Exercise. I
mm,
like jumping and swinging.
because
Uh, I like jump.
mm-hmm,
I like jumping.
jumping. Okay, so you like to jump. Okay, and how often do you usually like to jump? How often do you usually like to do this type of the activities? So so
I
how
I
so
I
how
don't. Well, maybe I can. I do normally. I can. I don't know how to describe you.
Okay, now let's see. Okay, so these are rooms that we have here in our just one moment in our home. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so I will share the screen one more time. Now continue to read. Okay, from here to the end. Okay, from here just one moment. From here to the end.
Look at the passes, for example. They are interlocking and they form an arrangement that is completely symmetrical. The second principle behind the design of Taj Mahal is repetition. If you repeat something, you make several copies of the same thing. And that's what Shah Jahan wanted to do. The main building is cube-shaped with four identical sides. On each side of the building there's an archway which makes four archways. Then there are four minarets, tall towers. One is the corner of the building. The garden around the Taj Mahal is also divided into four sections. This repetition makes the Taj Mahal look beautiful and adds to its symmetry.
Okay, so what do you think about this text? What is important in this text that you read about?
I I think that the the beautiful can be interesting because maybe each repetition makes the building more beautiful.
Okay, and now we have here this question. Can you please read this question and give me your answer?
What things can you categorize about the Taj Mahal? Can
Mm-hmm.
you classify them by name?
Mm-hmm. So, what things?
What does categorize mean?
Okay, what things can you categorize? So, what can you say about Taj Mahal? What is something that you would like to say about Taj Mahal when you take a look at Taj Mahal? So, what can you say about Taj Mahal?
I think that the Taj Mahal is big and it has a beautiful, a beautiful type and its symmetry.
Okay, and why? Why do you think so? Why?
I think so because it is very interesting.
Okay, very nice. And what other buildings, for example, in your countries are very interesting? Can you please tell me?
I think the kingdom can be very interesting.
Okay, and why?
I think it is big and has a lot of walls.
Okay, now let's see. Okay, okay, and what do you think? What do you think about? What do you think about some other things? Okay, what do you think about some other things that can be really interesting? Okay,
I think
too.
that it has a lot of big parts.
Okay, okay, big bars. Okay, that is really nice. Okay, now and can you please tell me how about buildings in Vietnam? What buildings in Vietnam are really good?
I think the ancient kingdom can be the way ancient kingdom can be interesting.
Okay, now let's see. Okay, now and what do you think? What do you think about? What do you think about buildings? Okay, that in the future that famous buildings in the future that you would like to visit.
I would like to visit landmark 100, 1108.
Okay, and why?
I think it has 108
Okay. Uh,
tower rooms.
okay, can you write 5 sentences about this?
I don't know it because it will be in the future, not now.
Okay, can you try to write, for example, Eiffel Tower? Would you like to write something about Eiffel Tower? Okay, can you
Yes.
write 5 sentences about this?
Eiffel Tower is the tallest tower in the world. It's made of iron and it has some roofs on the tower.
Mm-hmm.
It is a special way to go up the tower. We can climb it. Under the Eiffel Tower is a large park and a lot of tourists went there.
Mm-hmm. Lots of tourists wants to go there. And someday, would you like to go to visit this place with your family? If you have a chance or opportunity, would you like to go to visit this place with your family?
Yes, I would.
Mm-hmm. And why? Why would you like to visit?
I think that mm, the park can be that park can be enchanted.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what other places can be really interesting for you to visit? Okay, in the future about foreign countries. What foreign countries would you like to see?
I would like to go to China.
China? In which city in China?
Maybe Beijing because there's enormous palace.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. And okay, and what do you think about cities in your countries? What other cities in your countries are really interesting to visit?
I think that uh, mm, Da Nang is interesting because
Mm-hmm.
it has an enormous garden.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. Okay, and what can you if I want to come to Da Nang? What can you do in Da Nang?
You can see the dragon blowing fire, and you can swim. The beach is very beautiful.
Mhm. Okay, very nice. Now let's see, and we have here about Taj Mahal. Okay, now I want to ask you, can you think about design of Taj Mahal? How people can create Taj Mahal? Okay, and other buildings. Okay, so what would you like? What would you like, for example, to see how Taj Mahal can be improved? How Taj Mahal can be better? If you can choose something to fix it, so how Taj Mahal can be better, so what do you think?
I think that the repetitions can be boring, and we can make something new, not
Hmm.
different.
Okay, and okay, now let's see. Okay, so we have here, okay, these answers. Okay, question one, two, three, four. Okay, can you please read these questions and give me your answers?
How long did it take to build the Taj Mahal? 22 years.
Mm-hmm. Next one.
Who did Shah Jahan want to honor when he built the Taj Mahal? His wife.
Mm-hmm. Number three.
What can you see? The symmetry
where
of the Taj
where where can you
Mahal.
see?
The symmetry of the Taj Mahal reflected in a pool of water. Why
Mm-hmm.
does the Taj Mahal attract so many visitors? It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Mhm. Okay. Now the articles describe famous buildings that people like to visit. Okay, I already asked you what would you like to visit. Okay, and now can you please tell me? Okay, what do you think about visiting some other cities besides Da Nang in your country? Okay, what others? Where do you live? What is the name of the city where you live?
I live in Gaulang City.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what is interesting to see in your city?
I think there's nothing.
How nothing?
It is just some fruit.
Mm-hmm. But what can I see? For example, from the historical places, is there anything that I can see? If I want to come to your city, what can I see in your
No,
city?
no, you can't not see anything
How?
besides the lake. But there are a lot of beautiful hotels.
Hotels, but this is something that is a part. Okay, in your city, do you have a lake? Do you have a mountains? Do you have what do you have in your city?
I have a fake hill, but it is small and used for kids.
Okay, and near your city, is there anything interesting to see near your city?
Something interesting
Near your
in
city.
the.
Okay, something that is interesting, something that is like forest, mountains, rivers, lakes.
I think going canoeing on the river
Uh-huh.
can be interesting.
Uh-huh. Okay. Is this river big or small?
It is very big, the biggest river in Vietnam.
See? Okay, so this is something interesting to see it. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so we have here. Okay, this. Now, can you write? Okay, words in context. Complete each sentence with the correct words. Now, can you write these six sentences in the chat box? Can you do that?
Okay, listen. What does practical mean?
Uh,
Practical.
mm, which sentence?
The word practical. Practical.
Aha, practical. Something that you can do really easily.
And then
Mm-hmm.
one, you can practical machinery to lift things that are heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to hesitate, hence before answering a question. It shows that you're thinking carefully. An umbrella is a constituent thing to take to a random place. The city where I live in is approximately 50 kilometers from the ocean. Hydrogen and oxygen are the disparate parts of water. We need a
Mm-hmm.
break. We need a break deployed in a
Mm-hmm.
fire last July.
Okay. So this is something that can happen now. And what type of the experiment people usually like to do? What are some type of the experiments that people usually like to do in your country? Are there any type of experiments that people usually like to do in your country?
I think that correction pens can be a nice experiment
And why? Why do you think so? Why?
because we can. There are lots of things in the correction pen.
Okay, very nice. And how often, can you please tell me, how often do you usually like to do, okay, some other activities? Okay, are there any other activities that you would usually like to do it?
I think that I like to do karate.
And why? Why karate? Why did you choose karate?
I think that I can jump and fight.
Okay, so this is something that you can do. Now let's see, and now we have here, okay, these places. Now, circle the noun and underline the relative clause in each sentence. Now, can you please read these 8 sentences? Can you try to read these 8 sentences?
Marble is a rock that people used to build palaces. The Taj Mahal is a palace that is famous all over the world. Construction workers are people who build structures. Different is the man who runs the double grind.
Mm-hmm.
This is a place where you can take great pictures of the Taj Mahal. The Taj Cafe is a restaurant which is famous for making visuals. It has a nice orange you can try to visit Agra. The skywalk is used. The Taj Mahal is unusually surgical.
Surgical. Okay. Now symmetrical. Okay. And what do you think? What do you think? What other things can be really symmetrical? What are some other things that are symmetrical in our lives? Can you please
I
tell
think I am symmetrical
me? Okay. How?
because I have because I look symmetrical, but I don't know how.
Okay. Very nice. And now let's see. Okay. Now can you please read this? Okay. Just one moment. Give me one moment, please. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay. I'm back. Okay. Okay, so we need to complete these sentences with who, that, which, or where. Can you please read these sentences?
Agra is a city which is in northern India. An architect is someone who designs buildings. Water and mirror about things. That's the flex image. The size, uh, the size that Shah Jahan decided to build the palace is beautiful. The Taj Mahal is a building where
Mm-hmm.
others put Taj Mahal. Symmetry is something that can be seen all around us.
That can be seen all around us. Okay, now let's see. And what do you think? What do you think about some other okay cities in your other places? For example, famous places. We mentioned Eiffel Tower. What other famous places or sightseeing you would you like to see it around the world? Would you like to see some other places around the world?
I would like to go to Europe because I like European castles.
Okay, and why European castles? Why would you like to go there?
I think that the rooms are very beautiful and we can stay comfortable.
Okay, very nice. And what do you think? What do you think about places that are not so nice to see?
I think that the pool of mud can be not visible
Mm-hmm. Okay, and why?
because it's dirty.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, and when was the last time that you visit some interesting place? Can you please tell me last time that you visit some interesting place?
I I visited walk and I watched some fireworks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and why is it so interesting?
I think the fireworks can the every day there are fireworks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, and can you please tell me what do you think? What do you think about? Okay, so this is about fireworks. Okay, and when was the last time that you saw some interesting fireworks?
I saw on the last on about 10 months ago, and I was going to 2 months more. I will go see another firework.
Mhm. Okay, so you can see a lot of fireworks there. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so we have here. Okay, this unscramble the sentences. Okay, can you write these six sentences in the chat box and unscramble it? Okay, can you try to do that?
Okay, listen. I'm done.
Mm.
Minarets look like structures taller that are tall. The ruler is someone who is an emperor of a country. Repetition is a principle which is used in the design of buildings. India is a country where elephants live. Agra is a palace that people like to visit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what animals are popular in your country? Okay, so are there any animals that are popular in your country? Can you please tell me what animals are really popular to see in your country?
I think dogs uh, is popular in my country.
Okay, and why? Why do you think so?
Dogs are very, I think so because there are a lot of dogs in there are a lot of dogs in the road, and people think that dogs are cute.
Okay, and which animals you don't like it?
I don't like lions because lions are meat eater.
Okay, meat eaters. Okay, and what do you think? What do you think about some other animals? Okay, in your country. Okay, what other animals in your country? For example, people. What
There,
other? What other
there,
animals?
there are a lot of water chickens.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Now let's see, and why do you think so? Okay.
I think so because I went to the village and I saw that there are a lot of water chickens, and the water chickens swim very very well.
Okay. Well, very well. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. Now let's try to read this. Okay. This sentences. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. Can you please read these sentences?
The butterfly is an insect that has better symmetry. Mumtaz Mahal was the woman who married Shah Jahan. This is the pool of water that reflects the Taj Mahal. In the 16th, elephants were the animals that carry building materials. This is a pattern that have an interlocking design. A cloud is something cannot be symmetrical.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is something that cannot be symmetrical. Now let's see. Okay. Now can you read the next sentences?
Write one sentence which starts in a relative clause, one which ends a relative clause, and one which will in a relative clause.
Okay. Now, which, okay, now we have here, write one sentence that ends with relative clause and which, okay, one with, okay, relative clause and one with where relative clause. Can you write these three sentences in the chat box?
Mm, what is a relative clause?
Clause. Okay, but like this. Okay, write one sentence with that. With that. So you will use the word that. You will use the word which, and you will use word where. Okay.
The pool is where people can swim.
Mm-hmm.
That is very beautiful. Which dog do you like, the white or black?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, very nice. And what is something that you like? Can you please tell me? What is something that you like?
I like running.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And why? Why do you like running?
I Running is very fun, and I can run about 500, well, maybe 1 kilometers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Now let's see. This is something that you can run. Okay. Now and how often do you usually like to run?
I run once a week.
Once a week. Okay. Why once a week?
Once a week can be perfect because I cannot run more. I will
Mm-hmm.
be very tired.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Very nice. Now let's see. And can you please tell me? Okay. What do you think? What do you think about some other things about some other places where you can run in your city?
I can run in the park or in the schoolyard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. And what do you think? What do you think about places that you don't like to run? Where you don't like to run?
I don't like to run on the bridge because the bridge is very dangerous and scary.
Okay. Now, Johnny, we finished your class. That was really nice and really good. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
Did you enjoy today? Did you like our class today?
Yes, I like so much. Thank you,
Okay.
teacher.
Okay. And what will you do after this class?
I will have lunch.
Lunch. Okay. See you next Friday. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Goodbye, teacher.